E3, everybody! E3! He went
louder than I expected. Took me by surprise. And then
that wasn't part of the gag, but either way, it worked. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Pixel Juice. Well, Nintendo have just had their Nintendo Direct for 2017 for E3, and by God, they should have some interesting titles, or at least they promised some interesting titles that we haven't seen yet. So we're going to talk a bit about what we've seen and our opinions, really. So let's start off. Pokemon. We were complaining the other day about Pokken Tournament coming to Switch, and seemingly no RPG. But here we go. Apparently, in a year's time, or at least a year, we're going to be seeing our first bits of Pokemon on Nintendo Switch. What do you guys think about that?
Not much was released about it, really.
No.
It just kind of went, by the way, we've got this Pokemon RPG coming out.
He's doing the little tickle, isn't he? The little tease.
I'm guessing they got a lot of comments from people saying, why didn't you release the RPG and stuff like that? So they were like, oh yeah,
we'll best tell them.
We'll tickle your giblets.
it feels like they would have maybe had at least a graphic prepared. No,
not a logo or something.
Yeah.
I guess they're not ready just after talk about Ultra Sun and Moon. They're like, let's just.
I'm dubious because Pokemon Colosseum is a console Pokemon RPG.
Very true, very true.
So it doesn't necessarily mean we're getting the Game Boy games up-resed.
Yeah, that's what we got to go on, but I'm excited as well. I think it'll be interesting to see where it goes. If they're going to be, I guess the camera angle will be similar to it is in Sun and Moon, I'd have thought. I wouldn't have thought they'd stray too far from that, but who knows? Maybe they will.
It could be first person or something like that.
It could be something crazy.
Know,
It could be something crazy. It's Nintendo. In terms of how crazy Nintendo are, we saw Super Mario Odyssey again.
Yeah.
And this time round, you could become a T-Rex for some reason. That was very strange. It looks, as far as I'm concerned anyway, it looks great. The game looks great in terms of visuals, and the music was very funky and sort of swing-like. It was bloody weird. What did you think of that?
Definitely an Odyssey.
They
got the name completely right. It looks cool. I really like the look of it. So you can throw your hat at things. Humans, anything really, like a car.
Possess them,
possess them.
Anything, you just possess them and take them over, and it looked beautiful. It really did look good, and not really much was shown about the story or anything like that.
It left me with more questions than answers.
I'll bet you now in cold hard rupees that the princess is kidnapped and Mario has to save her. I bet you now. 50 rupees. 50 rubles.
50 rubles. 50 stars.
Yeah. So it looked great. Again, really fast-paced, fun. It's going back to a more Super Mario 64 style kind of gameplay and format. So I'm looking forward to that after all these kind of more world map-based Mario games, which have been alright. But I like exploring and having a look
around. It looks like they've given Mario a lot more personality. It looks like usually he's just the voiceless character he's got his little catchphrase.
Yeah. It's me.
And it seems like he's much more emotive in this.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to make him more of a character.
Yeah. Vocal music in a Mario game? What do you think of that, boys and girls?
A bit strange.
It was a bit strange. It was. Even though it kind of showed you later on that it's part of the kind of city level that there's actually performance going on. Yeah, looking forward to that this November. In terms of surprises, actually, it moves us on quite nicely.
So, Metroid Prime 4. Really excited for that.
It's worth a blast of a horn. I think the screen shakes me do that. I don't think it likes it. Yeah.
I don't like it.
That's it, Metroid Prime 4. The hype machine's real. The hype train's coming, it's rolling. They showed us a still image again.
Yeah,
they showed us a logo.
Just the title.
It's almost like they did, because there's not a lot out on the Switch, and it doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot for a while other than indie titles. And
that's true. Yeah.
Nintendo don't want to show off other people's games, so they would just sort of show a bit of what they've got, and then also this. Yeah, we're making this.
That's a really good point, actually. Everything they kind of showed seemed to be for 2018. You had a few other games we'll talk about in a minute, and everything was a very kind of short snippet as well.
Yeah.
But like you say, it's all kind of for future releases, not like next month or even in the coming months.
They kind of blew their load on the Direct, didn't they? So
on the Switch reveal,
it seems weird that they did that then.
Yeah. Metroid Prime 4, it's coming back. That whole kind of first-person format. We assume. But last year they disappointed a lot of people with Metroid Prime Federation Force, which I know you guys didn't know existed until I mentioned it the other day.
I didn't think you mentioned it to me because I'm just learning about it now.
Basically, everyone hated it because they were like, they bigged up, Metroid's coming back, and here it is, this title you didn't want. Now the title people wanted does exist in some shape or form, so that's good news. They showed off a couple of other games on the Nintendo train, on the Nintendo hype wagon. Kirby and Yoshi games. Again, Kirby's more that kind of classic side-scrolling platformer, a bit like Kirby 64 or the classic games on the Game Boy and NES. What do you think of the looks of that? Obviously,
I've never been a Kirby fan. I'm not against Kirby. You know, just never really played it. I mean, it looks fine. It looks lovely. Art style,
charming,
brilliant.
yeah.
And it looks like Kirby. So I'm sure the Kirby fans will love it.
Yeah, this Kirby, the sphere that is Kirby definitely looks like he's HD now. There's no denying that. Luke?
I've got a real hatred for Kirby. Purely through Smash Brothers. Like, I just...
Sam plays him on Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Got an underlying hatred. But I mean, this game looks alright, like, considering it is Kirby.
He's not killing as many fools as he does in Super Smash Brothers.
No. Yoshi.
Yeah,
the Yoshi game came out. It kind of looks back to his woolly ways again. And,
he is, yeah. He's got his kind of Yoshi story mixed with Woolly World in a way, because you've got all the cardboard and paper kind of backgrounds look a lot like Paper Mario, but he's still made of wool, so up to his old woolly antics.
Look good.
I love the design of it. It looks like it's all made out of cardboard, which is what they're going for. It looked lovely. Yeah,
it's a really appealing art style. Yoshi's Woolly World looked nice as it was, but everything in that was obviously made out of yarn and wool. But I think that kind of cardboard art style mixed with the wool looks really nice. Yeah. So new Fire Emblem games coming as well. I don't really think we've played any Fire Emblem games. We only really know that it exists through Smash Brothers, like a lot of people did before they got into the series. Your main man, Marth, is back though, repping the Fire Emblem crew. What do you think of it? I mean, we don't, not as fans, it's harder to give opinions on it, isn't it? But
I've only heard good things from the game, from people who have played them.
We know nothing. We know nothing. Moving on that kind of vein, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was shown off. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, in terms of the game,
just scroll back 30 seconds and listen to what I said about Fire Emblem. You'll have the same pretty much response. Even the trailers look the same.
They are similar. Again. Yeah, they are similar. Although my thing is, I didn't think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 the graphics looked a little bit, muddy. What did you think?
I mean, I like the look of it. I've always been interested in playing the Xenoblade Chronicles, but I've never had the right format to play it on. So, I mean, if I was to get the Switch, I think that would probably be one of the games I would get. It's meant to be massive, and it's meant to have a really in-depth story, and the first one was critically acclaimed, so who knows, could be good. So we had a little sneak peek of the new Zelda DLC. I think there's 2 packs coming out.
One in June, one in Christmas.
I'm not sure what they're offering really. I mean, they showed off some armor sets and some new moves and something like that, and in the second pack I think they showed off some champions or something.
There's in the second pack there's supposed to be a bit of story DLC,
right.
So like a main bit of content. I don't know if that's going to expand on the map or whatever else, or if it's just going to be within the map they've already got. Yeah, I know back along when they kind of announced the Zelda DLC, because this isn't a new announcement, this is them showing it off properly for the first time. People were kind of underwhelmed a bit by the offerings, Tingle's armor and stuff like that, so it'll be interesting to see how people react to that. So what are your overall thoughts on the Switch kind of presentation then? Because it wasn't very long, it was like half an hour long. They did cram in quite a bit, considering it's only half an hour. There was no cheesy celebrity cameos, there were no cringeworthy guys shouting off about...
For Nintendo, it's surprisingly very uncringy.
Yeah, although Reggie makes his debut again. Your main man from Pizza Hut fame, and now on Nintendo, Reggie Fils-Aimé. He's back. He was on a beach, he was in someone's apartment, obviously broke in, showing off the Nintendo Switch. I was quite impressed actually, I've got to say, from a company that in the past has shown off Nintendo Land as their last big reveal of one more thing at the show, and also one year had Wii Music,
oh god, that was
where they were playing the drum. Wasn't that guy on the drums as well? It was like
yeah, it's propaganda.
Yeah, exactly. I think in terms of Nintendo fans, Metroid Prime 4, the new Pokemon full RPG on the Switch. And you've still got names like Kirby and the Yoshi game and Mario Odyssey. That's a pretty good bundle of games, all first-party games.
So I think
Fire Emblem as well.
Mario Odyssey, the new Pokemon RPG maybe, and Metroid Prime. Other than that, I'd take or leave the rest of it. It was all presented well, it all looked nice, but they're the only 3 things that really piqued my interest.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be hyped about.
It gives you a reason to buy a Switch, I think. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see. Any more thoughts before we wrap it up?
Nintendo.
So those have been our thoughts on Nintendo's E3 presentation for 2017. I think overall we really enjoyed what we saw. Some great games on the way, and not very much waffle, and not very much filler, which is always a good thing as far as I'm concerned.
EA.
EA. So you know what that means? It means the Nintendo hype train is real! Follow Nintendo on Twitter. Keep up to date. And also remember to subscribe to Pixel Juice on YouTube as well. We really appreciate your support. Remember to hit that notification bell as well, because apparently you've got to do that nowadays. And we have to say at the end of each video, as well as everything else. So make sure you do that. And remember like the video too. So until we see you again, remember, keep that E3 hype train rolling.
Nope.
Okay.
No more.
Jesus Christ.
Oh God. Pixel Juice.